Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about, because I do get this question asked often, is how soon after someone's passing can you try to connect with them? Now, there's so many different opinions on this. Some people will say, oh, within a week, or sometime you should wait 6 months. It really depends on the person and some other things as well. For example, I know there was one particular passing that I had looked into just on my own because it was something very very tragic, very sudden. And when I checked in with them, it was within 2 or 3 days. And I could connect with them. However, they were extremely upset. Sometimes that will happen depending on how a person passes. If they're young, if they're elderly, if they're ill, if they know it's coming, there's so many factors that can influence. And it's not that you can't necessarily connect with them right away, but sometimes there is an actual period of adjustment, especially if it's unexpected and tragic, where they need to basically become accustomed to their new reality. So with some people say, oh yeah, I could connect the next day. Sometimes it will take some time. So it might be good to give some thought to the circumstances surrounding the passing, their age. I mean, and every situation is different. Every person is different. It's hard to always know. I did help that person on my own because I knew they needed some help. I did what I did. I did something. There's a bunch of things that I can do to help. So I did help them as best I could. And it may take some time for people to, like I said, become accustomed to the new reality. Sometimes even years later, there might be I've had this happen in a reading where certain people will still not be ready to talk about certain things, whether that be their passing or something specific in their life, because they do go into something too after that's called a life review. They basically get to look back on it, and see how they lived, see what they've done. That's a whole other video. But it really, really depends on the person. Each case is different. And I guess that's the best way to explain it. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's hard to put these things into words and explain them for other people who don't do this kind of work, for them to understand. And I know sometimes you immediately want to talk to them. I know, and I know it's gut-wrenching. It's heartbreaking. But sometimes they do need that time. And sometimes they might be ready to talk right away. It really depends. But I hope that's a bit helpful. Don't feel like you need to necessarily wait. But I wouldn't necessarily say the next day. I would give it a little bit of time. Like I said, I've seen some people say, well, you should wait 6 months to a year. Sometimes that might be true, but it really depends on who we're talking about and the circumstances, the situation, because there's no two that are alike. So you just never know. But just please keep that in mind. I know if it was me and someone came to me and asked to connect with them, I might do a quick check-in and see if they're ready. Because sometimes they're not ready. And if that was the case, I would say, please wait a little bit longer. They're not ready yet. So I hope that's helpful. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and I hope to see you back for the next video.